Again and again and again, meditate. Commit. Come what may, I'm going to do this. Freedom is my ultimate goal. Not just I want to be peace and calm for a few hours or for the day, but I want the very end. That one little, it's nice idea has you galloping, any one of us, our mind galloping towards effort and energy and figuring and planning. And then when we sit to meditate, that whole thing comes up with reason, bringing your mind gently to tranquility, to calm. Then what happens? You will find that you land in Samadhi. Thoughts slowly disperse and dissipate. So let's chant from verse 18 to 32. Mala, go through all the verses, chant it all, and then I will read and we'll pause and discuss where we have to. Just for you to know, in the beginning of my book, I noticed today they have it broken down. I just have like the bare minimum of the comments, but it shows chapter breakdown. And for chapter 6, it says from verse 11 to 32 is a detailed description of dhyana yoga, yoga of meditation. So really that's the technology of Patanjali, no? The 8 limbs, we already saw in the beginning of this chapter when we started to get to verse 11, the yama, the niyama, dharana, etc. So that's really what gets discussed here. In a certain sense, Vedanta is borrowing what Patanjali is saying. It's the technology of meditation and going to Samadhi. So let's start at 18 and chant up to 32. Eyes closed. Everybody can just listen to the chants, all right? Don't have to think so much. Let that Sanskrit as a chanting settle into the system. Go ahead.
यदा विनियतं चित्तम् आत्मन्येवावतिष्ठितत्ते निःस्पृहः सर्वकामेभ्यो युक्त उच्यते तदा यथा दीपो निवातस्थो नेङ्गते सोपमा स्मृता योगिनो यतचित्तस्य युञ्जतो योगमात्मनः यत्रो परमते चित्तं निरूढं योगसेवया यत्र चैवात्मनात्मानं पश्यन् आत्मनि तुष्यति सुखम् आत्यन्तिकं यत्तद् बुद्धिग्राह्यमतीन्द्रियं वेत्ति यत्र न चैवायं स्थितश्चलति तत्त्वतः यं लब्ध्वा चापरं लाभं मन्यते नाधिकं ततः यस्मिन् स्थितो न दुःखेन गुरुणापि विचाल्यते तं विद्यद् दुःखसंयोग वियोगं योगसंज्ञितम् स निश्चयेन योक्तव्यो योगनिर्विण्णचेतसा संकल्पः प्रभवां कामांस् त्यक्त्वा सर्वान् शेषतः मनसैवेन्द्रियग्रामं विनियम्य समन्मतः शनैः शनैरुपरमेत् बुद्ध्या धृतिगृहीयता तत् आत्मा संस्थान् मनः कृत्वा न किञ्चित् अपि चिन्तयेत् यतो यतो निश्चलति मनश्चञ्चलमस्थिरम् ततस्ततो नियम्यैतद् आत्मन्येव वशं नयेत् प्रशान्तमनसं ह्येनं योगिनं सुखम् उत्तमम् उपैति शान्तरजसं ब्रह्मभूतमकल्मषम् युञ्जम् एव सदात्मानं योगी विगतकल्मषः सुखेन ब्रह्म संस्पर्शम् अत्यन्तं सुखमश्नुते सर्वभूतस्थमात्मानं सर्वभूतानि चात्मनि इक्षते योगयुक्तात्मा सर्वत्र समदर्शनः यो मां पश्यति सर्वत्र सर्वं च मयि पश्यति तस्याहं न प्रणश्यामि स च मे न प्रणश्यति सर्वभूतस्थितं यो मां भजत एकत्वम् आस्थितः सर्वथा वर्तमानोऽपि स योगी मयि वर्तते आत्मौपम्यन् येन सर्वत्र समं पश्यति अर्जुन सुखं वा यदि वा दुःखं स योगी परमो मतः
So verse 18, just repeating, when the mind, which is thoroughly disciplined, gets riveted onto God alone, then the person who is free from yearning for all enjoyments is said to be established in yoga. Remember, it's if then, no? If the mind is disciplined, riveted, you have to really like full of commitment and determination, it's riveted onto God, then the person who is free from yearning of all enjoyments is said to establish in yoga. What yoga? Yoga of meditation. That's what we're talking about here, right? Is this clear? This is Samadhi, the state of Samadhi. When the mind has completely riveted is the word used. I don't know if it translates directly from Sanskrit to this, but it's a very strong word. No, vibrantly, vitally, it's focused, logged on to this notion of God. All other impressions, ideas, chatter has subsided. Then you are in a state of Samadhi. You are in a state of yoga, as in yoga of meditation. 19. As a flame does not flicker in a windless place, such is stated to be the picture of the disciplined mind of the yogi practicing meditation on God. Where there are no thoughts, windless room, a flame, no, steady. Where there are no other thoughts, where there's nothing else going on, this mind is in Samadhi. This mind is said to be steady. This person is said to be a yogi in meditation. It's not easy, but it's, if you recall just from this past weekend in Sanyam 2, no? Again and again, Gurudev kept coming back to what? Dharana, dhyana, meditation, and then Samadhi. Listen, something to recognize. Samadhi is also a state of mind. That is not our ultimate goal. Right? What does Samadhi do? You have to remind yourself once again, just like we did in Karma Yoga. Meditation, Samadhi, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. What are all these things doing? Is that the ultimate goal? To be in Samadhi? Is that the ultimate goal? Yes or no? Shake your head. One way or the other. No. It is a vehicle towards the ultimate goal. Correct? Are we clear about that? Right? It's a way to purify again man, chitta, buddhi and ahankar. Because what does Samadhi do? In the seeds remain dormant. While you're in a state of Samadhi, the seeds of karma, the seeds of wants and desires and kam, they remain dormant. Correct? Then you open the eyes, you come out of Samadhi, you go into activity, and then what happens? The mind is lost in the external world, into desires. The senses take over and get locked into the objects of the senses. Isn't that our experience? When we're sometimes very deep in meditation, we are still, mind is quiet, it's at rest. Some fleeting thoughts are there, but even moments, those also subside. And then we finish, we come out into activity, then all those things that were dormant for those few moments or however long it is, they start to become flourishing, they become active again. So remember this, right? This is what? Moksha Sastra. It's the vehicle to the ultimate goal. That I am. That is the final goal. Are we clear on this? It's very important just to remind ourselves. Otherwise, we get stuck in, I want to have a great meditation. I had such a deep meditation. I had such an amazing, oh my God, it was so, okay, but that's just one more experience, just like I had the most amazing salt and straw, chewy, gooey chocolate brownie ice cream. It was awesome. Then back to square one again. So not to forget that, okay? Not that that's small. I mean, it's an amazingly ultimate state to be, where you are still in samadhi, where there are no chatter, no thoughts, where you're still like the flame in a windless room, as Lord Krishna is saying. It's brilliant. Sometimes that state can remain for a long period of time, but eventually from samadhi one does come out. One has to come out. Until there's samadhi in action, like Gurudev, where the mind is so fixed, where it has dissolved and is aware that I am that, and from that state all action flows. Am I clear? It's a little bit subtle because it's very easy to think meditation, samadhi, and get caught up in it. But from the perspective that we're discussing here, it is important to remember that it is a tool to the ultimate goal. Yeah? Okay. Verse 20. The state in which the chitta, the mind stuff, subdued through the practice of yoga, becomes completely tranquil, and in which realizing God through subtle reasoning, purified by meditation on God and soul, rejoices only in God. The state in which chitta, the mind stuff, subdued through the practice of yoga, in this case meditation, becomes completely tranquil, and in which realizing God through subtle reasoning, purified by meditation on God, and soul rejoices only in God. Just notice it's a state. It is not who you are. Right? The self is not a state. It is. Samadhi is a state within the mind. We just got through saying that it's very important. Otherwise, we start chasing experiences in meditation. And it's just like chasing other objects in the world. Name, fame, and fortune become what we seek within the realm of meditation. It's just not called name, fame, and fortune. Oh, I'm so peaceful. I'm so loving. I see light. God came to me. I had visions. That's exactly the same. I think Gurudev also mentioned it, like siddhis. These siddhis cannot be given to just anybody, because then that becomes the end goal. People get stuck there. This is why it's so necessary, so important to have a guru, because you will not get stuck in any small little thing here. They're used as a way for the quality of self, of quality of consciousness to come into action, to express itself, rather than a power to be gained for a purpose. I mean, I think it's very clear, but it's important to recognize it. Do not chase powers. That's the lollipop along the way. No, come to me, come to me. Don't stop for all the chocolates and the candies in the world. Come to me, because they're just going to give you a stomach ache. No, it puts everything in perspective suddenly, right? You think about how people get into, did you have that? I didn't have that experience. I had that experience. I don't know what to do. You must have heard such kind of like conversations throughout whenever, whether it's the weekend or courses or part 2 course or otherwise. No, we close our eyes. We meditate exactly how Lord Krishna, how Patanjali describes it, proper seed, proper food, proper exercise, proper sleep. We focus on the vehicle that is leading towards inward and inward journey. When we finish, we shake it off. We go into activity. Otherwise, it becomes another object of the senses, internal senses. Clear? Very important, very necessary. It's such a perfect timing actually for these sutras. Don't think about it because it's very easy to be caught in that, isn't it? Verse 21. Nay, in which the soul experiences the eternal and supersensuous joy which can be intuited only through the subtle and purified intellect, and wherein established the said yogi moves not from truth on any account. Nay, in which the soul experiences the eternal and supersensuous joy, which can be intuited only through the subdued and purified intellect, wherein established the said yogi moves not from truth on any account. I'm not exactly sure what that's saying. Is anybody hearing something in there? You can share if you're hearing something. Anybody? Go ahead.
I have a text in front of me that says, in that joyous state of yoga called Samadhi, one experiences supreme boundless divine bliss, and thus situated, one never deviates from the eternal truth. That helps.
I think the key, though, to recognize here is it's not just enough just to meditate, right? There is, because this chapter is not just yoga of meditation. The intellect, buddhi, is part of this equation. If you notice, since Sankhya Yoga, since chapter 2, that also keeps coming in. You do have to utilize the clarity of awareness along with meditation in order to keep moving forward. For right now, let's go there and let's see, maybe as we read further along, something more gets clarified about that verse, right? Gurudev didn't actually touch on 21. And having obtained, which he does not reckon any other gain as greater than that, and established in which he is not shaken even by the heaviest of sorrows. So there is no greater joy, exactly what Laura just indicated. There is no greater joy than being established in the self. There's nothing more. And sorrow does come. It's not like if there's an enlightened and you pinch them or their skin burns or something. It's not that they don't feel the pain. But it's not their sense of self. I don't know, there's a story somewhere, I don't remember the exact story, one of you may know it, like Ramakrishna, Paramahansa, right? He had cancer towards the end of his life. The body was going through its challenges. And somebody asked him, one of the devotees, does it hurt? Because he's sort of making sounds of what we would call pain. And does it hurt? And then simultaneously, as that sound is made, there would also be this sort of ecstasy, this sense of peace, this sense of joy that would come through in the sound. And so as the devotee asked, he said, yes, it hurts, but it has no matter. Like it's not meaningful. It doesn't lead to anything. So that one can sort of treat it as nothing. You see kids, they fall down. You hurt more than them. Have you seen children fall down? Yes. Those of you who have kids, they're playing in the park, they're running and they fall down and you get more like, ow, oh my God. And you go running, panicking, and they just shake it off. The only moment they cry is when you look freaked. They're like, oh, I'm going to get a little extra attention here. Let me milk this. And then they start to cry. And it's just because they gain something. But they shake it off. There's a kind of ease in that. You see? You know what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? It's a very good example, actually, because you do see kids. I did even during the course, this kid fell down and and the kid stood up and kind of looked. And then as soon as the mother went, whoa, then he, and then the tears started. It was like, oh, this is going to get me something, maybe an ice cream. Let me milk it. Let me go a little further, you know? There is no joy greater than that, established in which he is not shaken, even by the heaviest of sorrow. Once you are established, see, when we have Samadhi, we come out, little sorrow comes after Samadhi, we are shaken. We are not established in it. But if you're established before, during, and after Samadhi, you are that. It's not a state. You are that. Then nothing shakes you. Not the heaviest of sorrow and not the best of joys out from the world. Clear? That state called yoga, which is free from the contact of sorrow, should be known, nay, this yoga should be resolutely practiced with an unwavered mind. We're not there yet. He's saying again and again and again, meditate, commit, come what may, I'm going to do this. Freedom is my ultimate goal. Not just I want to be peace and calm for a few hours or for the day, but I want the very end. We talked about this. The word meditation is used very lightly. Relaxation to ultimate freedom. It can anything in between. So we can meditate, do our kriya, do our sadhana because, okay, it temporarily quiets the surface waves of the ocean. It's like dipping into the ocean 4, 5, 10 feet, but not going all the way to the bottom of the ocean. Do you see what I'm saying to you? So you have to, that's what I think was in chapter verse 16 or 15 or something like that. Like you have to really commit to practice by whatsoever means. Whatever it takes, I'm going to go there. I'm going to stay on top of this. Like we somehow do when we start our own business or when we're in university or master's program, like it or not, we say, I have to finish. No, I have 2 more years to go. No, I have 6 more months to go. No, I have to get this thesis out of the way. When I'm done, then I'm done. It's a different kind of commitment, isn't it? And do we have that commitment to our goal in our practice? That's actually something that's very important to look at. Gurudev mentioned it. What kind of a sadhak are you? Mild, moderate, or intense? What lukewarm or mild is what? Oh yeah, I think I have some time. Let me do some sadhana. I don't know what to do. I'll meditate. Mondays and Thursdays. Mondays is Shiva day, Thursdays, Guru days, though Tuesday I do sadhana. All the rest are Sundays, time off. No, what kind of commitment, focus, sadhak are you? And Lord Krishna here, I forgot what verse it was, but maybe 17, 18, somewhere there, I recall talking about it like, come what may, just like life, family, work, you have children, you don't say, well, yeah, I got kids, today I'll take care, tomorrow, they're driving me crazy, I'm going to put them in the closet for a while. You don't do this. You're exhausted. You have had a long day. House is falling apart. But you show up, I have children, I gotta go, I have to do this. Like that, be committed to the practice. whatever that might be. In this case, we're talking about meditation. Is this clear? It's very important to self-examine from that perspective. Really, what is my commitment? Is it intense? Is it mild? Is it moderate? You know, do I look for every opportunity to lean towards, the knowledge, to remember a principle, or do I lean towards the small-minded awareness and approach, me? What's good for me? Yeah? That state, called yoga, which is free from the contact of sorrow, should be known. This yoga should be resolutely practiced with an unwavered mind. Intensely. This is not a verse to say moderate or lukewarm. Intense, resolutely practiced. Yeah. Completely renouncing all desires arising from sankalpas and fully restraining all the senses from all sides by the mind. It's interesting, this word sankalp doesn't really translate in English because we say intention, but I think it's much more of a root idea. Completely renouncing all desires arising from sankalpas. We constantly have ideas, oh, that would be nice. It's around this idea, this is nice and this is not so nice. It starts at this very subtle level. Oh, that's nice. Immediately behind that is what? Can you see? I say, Alex, that's nice. There's already, the consciousness has already gone into a chase. Can you see that? The mind, the aware, that's nice. Oh, that's not so nice. Consciousness has retracted. That's not so nice. It retracts. Oh, it's so nice. It goes into it's so nice. Where did you get it? How much was it? What is it? Oh, really? I hadn't known that before. That's interesting. I'd have to look into it. Oh, Deneen, did you know that Alex said this? Oh, no, really? Yeah. Who knows? We have to ask him more. I'll look into it. Oh, wow. Nandan, do you know anything about this? Alex and Deneen, we were talking about it. Can you see how the consciousness, instead of being internalized, going inward towards, quote, that meditation, that nirvikalpa, without a rising in the consciousness, it's getting bigger and bigger. Can you see that the wave slowly rises and it slowly starts to go towards the shore, externalizes? Do you see this? This is sankalpa. It's not intention alone, the way we in English understand it. It's this very subtle root rising of consciousness towards something or away from something. Tell me something. Smile a little. Do something. Are you catching what I'm saying to you? It's saying renounce all desires arising from sankalpa. We don't even know it. Like, oh, Alex, that's nice. Doesn't that sound like a desire or a want for something? Yes or no? It's very subtle, but it is there. No? Even at that moment, it's nice. I don't want it. That already cuts the consciousness from flowing forward. Are you getting me? Like sometimes you'll compliment somebody, you say, oh, I know, like for me, if I sometimes say something, oh, that's really beautiful, I'm concerned, somebody will say, well, Didi, you want it? Say, oh, that's very beautiful. That's just me recognizing beauty without saying I want it. So I don't want it, I just wanted to say, oh, that's so lovely. Do you get it? Becoming conscious, present. That is how you renounce desire. It's not I'll sit here and suppressing it. I don't want it. No. Being conscious. Oh, wow. This mind is always running, always going somewhere. Let me see, somebody's chatting. Blessing with Rajshree. Okay. Everything is misery. That's right. Everything is misery. Oh, that's nice. Misery. You're headed towards, I want it. How do I get it? Okay, I think I'm going to have to go to San Francisco for it. Wow, but then I'll have to save money for it. It's just like it's endless. Endless, endless. That one little, it's nice idea has you galloping, any one of us, our mind galloping towards effort and energy and figuring and planning. And then when we sit to meditate, that whole thing comes up. Figuring, chattering, you know. Completely renouncing all desires arising from sankalpa and fully restraining all the senses from all sides by the mind. You anyway have to do that in the practice of meditation. You sit to meditate, you can't suddenly go look for that, look for this. You notice the mind is very restless and it'll do anything it has to get you to move out of going inward. Yes? Do you notice that? You know, it's yesterday or day before, the second batch, last day of the course during darshan, devotee came and said, Rajshree, I don't know what to do. I feel like all my blocks are still there. I didn't let them go. It was the last day of the second batch. It was darshan time. I said, okay. And I just don't know how to let it go. And as she was saying, tears were flowing down her face. So I said, well, there, see, it's letting go. No, it's not letting go. Well, let it go. And then I find out, she says, you know, I was meditating in my room. I did the sadhana in my room. I say, what? Yeah, I was in my room. Wait, you didn't come here in the hall? No, I didn't. Why not? I never heard the instruction that you can do the practice either in your room or in the hall. I never heard that instruction. Did you? She said, no. I said, so why did you do the sadhana in your room? She said, oh, because I really don't like group practice and I just feel a block towards it. Huh? Do you catch the point I'm making, right? It's so obvious. And I tell myself, be patient. Don't tell it to her straight. Be patient because I can feel it rising, about to pop out. So then I say, okay, well, did you do the practices in your room or did you sort of do them when it was comfortable? Well, yesterday I woke up at 8:30. What? Any other days, like during lunch, after lunch, did you maybe fall asleep? Yeah, the day before, after lunch, I didn't do the first part. What about the group talks that we do when we're here? No, I don't like group. I said, you followed your own mind. You either could follow what the guru said, or you follow your own thoughts, ideas. And you let your mind run the show. Do you see what I'm saying? It's a gross example of listening to our own mind when it comes time to meditating, when it comes time to doing the practice. But there it was. I just said, well, of course. Now repeat the course and next time decide. Again, you'll have the choice. Follow my own instructions or follow what I'm being guided to do. You know, you can choose your teacher. You can even choose your subject. I want to learn math. I want to learn graphics design. I want to learn science. Okay. And then you choose your teacher. Oh, graphics and design. And oh, I think I'll see, Alex, are you available to teach me? You go and you ask. And then if he says yes, you cannot tell him how to teach. You get to teach, you get to choose the teacher and you get to choose the subject, but you don't get to choose to tell the teacher how to teach. Do you get what I'm saying? This is the practice of meditation. You sit to meditate, you have to meditate. But the mind will interfere in there. It will try to find every which way to go do something else. He should, through gradual practice, attain tranquility, and fixing the mind on God through reason controlled by steadfastness. He should not think of anything else. Look, this is Patanjali technology being discussed. How do you meditate? Shanay, Shanay, as Gurudev said, slowly, gradually. Sadhana, meditation, samadhi cannot be forced. So my very first trip to India, I went with Gurudev from LA. We landed in Mumbai, and from Mumbai we drove to Pune. You know this story? Did I tell you this story? So we went to Pune. Why we were going? We were going to go visit this man, Shiv Shankar. So a little off the point, we arrive in the middle of the night, like 1:30 in the morning. And this man lives in like 4th floor, 5th floor, something like that, a tall, very high-rise building. We arrive and we're standing in front of the car, and Gurudev says, Shiv Shankar, could you hear me? Very softly, Shiv Shankar. Me, who's just come from the US, don't know a thing about what it means to be with the Guru. I look at him and I go, he can't hear that. It was 1:30 in the morning, and I see he's looking up, and I hear, he can't hear that. I'll call. And I go, Shiv, like really loud. Shiv, really loud. And I see Gurudev looking at me. He goes, like, like these, like, and then he goes even softer. Shiv Shankar. In my mind, I'm thinking, what? Like, how's he gonna hear that up on the 5th floor? And all of a sudden, this lady comes out, looks over the balcony and goes, Gone! Who is it? In the middle of the night. What? What do you want? And I look at Guruji, and Gurudev says, oh, and then they realize it's Guruji. Anyway, why did we go to see him? Because he got a little over enthusiastic. He did Bhastrika, and he noticed that the Bhastrika was helping his mind go very quiet. So he did a little research, found some book on Bhastrika, and found a particular Bhastrika. There are many, many different types. I recall once Guruji saying there's just like the most basic levels, there are 18 different types of Bhastrika. And what we have chosen, what we teach in the foundation, is something that's good for everybody across the board. And so this man, Shiv Shankar, he found a book, and he found this amazing Bhastrika that can really like lift up your energy and quiet your mind and so on and so forth. So he did what? Forced it. Not shanay, shanay, not slowly, slowly, but he pushed the envelope. And what it did is somewhere where his brain stem and skull, however, that connect, it did something. That it was like a year he had to lay in bed, because the whole time the room would spin if he had his eyes closed or open. He couldn't sit, he couldn't stand, and we had gone to visit him because this had happened to him. Shanay, shanay. Slowly, gradually, we have to practice. Samadhi cannot be forced. Oh, I'm going to do 8 hours. Oh, maybe I'll do 2 hours of asanas, and maybe then I can practice and I'll have samadhi. Attain tranquility, calmness. It's not go from 0 to calm. Are we registering this? Very necessary. Fixing the mind on God through reason controlled by steadfastness. God, it can be your mantra, it can be your breath, right? The object of meditation, fixing the mind, following the instructions on the object of meditation, the instructions that you have been given. Reason controlled by steadfastness. You also have to have some level of awareness, buddhi, involved in it. It's not just forcing it, pushing it. He should not think of anything else. That's an end result. I don't know if the word should is appropriate, if that translates properly. The end result, when you do that slowly, gradually, with reason, bringing your mind gently to tranquility, to calm, then what happens? You will find that you land in Samadhi. Thoughts slowly disperse and dissipate. Drawing back the restless and fidgety mind from all those objects after which it runs, he should repeatedly fix it on God. When what? You have continuous thought, you go back to the mantra, you go back to the object of meditation. Again and again and again, drawing back the restless and fidgety mind from all those objects after which it runs. He should repeatedly fix its mind on God, on the object of meditation. You can see it like that. This is entirely Patanjali. For the yogi whose mind is perfectly serene, who is sinless, what Gurudev called pure mind, right? He talked about this verse 27. For the yogi whose mind is perfectly serene, who is sinless, whose passion is subdued, and who is identified with Brahma, the embodiment of truth, knowledge, and bliss, supreme happiness comes as a matter of course. In due time, whose passion is subdued. What is he talking about? Rajas. Gurudev mentioned it briefly. When Rajas is subdued, when it's calmed down, then in due time, supreme happiness comes as a matter of course. When the mind is perfectly serene, pure, Rajas has been subdued, and who is identified with Brahma, the embodiment of truth, knowledge, and bliss, then supreme happiness comes as a matter of course. Result of Samadhi is being given. Yes? The sinless yogi, thus uniting his self, capital S, constantly with God, easily enjoys the eternal bliss of oneness with Brahma. Look, I'm telling you, notice they're saying practice. You're talking about attaining a state. It's not talking about the ultimate goal. It's the state of Samadhi. When you attain that state of Samadhi, these are the results. But Samadhi is not our ultimate goal. That is not the purpose of this Shastra, this scripture. Clear? Nod your head, one way or the other. It's clear, no? Very important to notice that he's describing a step to the final. Okay? Very important to remember that. Not that this is anything small. To attain Samadhi is not small. There's Nirvikalp Samadhi and so on, the different types, but very important to remember again and again. The yogi who is united in identity with the all-pervading, infinite consciousness, whose vision everywhere is even, beholds the self existing in all beings, and all beings as assumed in the self. He who sees me, the universal self, present in all beings, and all beings is existing within me, he is never out of my sight, nor am I ever out of his sight. So now he's going to Nirvikalp, where there's no Vikalp Samadhi, where there is unity of the oneness. There's no meditator meditating the object and the result. The Triputi has gone. That is now what he's describing. Clear? Are you with me? Where the meditator, look, when we meditate, there's the meditator. Then there's the object of meditation, or And that could be your mantra, that could be your breath, that could be a deity, that could be, some whatever process of meditation there is. Meditator, object of meditating, and the practice of meditation. You could say the result, the state that arises. At some point, if you notice in your meditation what happens, the meditator is gone. Or the practice is gone, the mantra disappears. And what remains is not the three. Yes, you have had this experience somewhere, somehow, have you not? Yes. That disappears, it drops away. You're no longer holding on to the object of meditation or the practice of meditation, but what remains is that tranquil state. No? What remains is what he's describing. He who sees me, present in all beings, and all beings existing within me, he is never out of my sight, nor am I ever out of his sight. This is when the meditator also disappears. When all that remains is the I am. But again, if it's during the process of meditating, sooner or later you come out of that and you're back where the seeds of rajas, tamas, the three gunas start to spring up again. And we're back to square one, minus the purification process. No? The yogi who is established in union with me and worshipping me as residing in all beings as their very self, whatever activities he performs them in me. Arjuna, he who looks on all as one, on the analogy of his own self, and looks upon the joy and sorrow of all equality, such a yogi is deemed to be the highest of all. He's now describing another state of samadhi, nirvikalp. There is no two. The last three verses that we read, 3 or 4 verses that we read, is when you have attained samadhi without the seeds remaining, where you see everything as one. There is no meditator present. I am meditating. I disappears. Only that space, that stillness remains. Clear? Then we get to Arjuna Uvacha. Oh my God, Lord Krishna, what are you talking about? I tried meditating. I did, 6, Padmasadhana. I did all the asanas. I was not just doing 5 breaths. I was doing like 10 breaths per asana. And I did the Bogar Pranayam and I did the alternate nostril, not just 5 minutes, 10 minutes. But while you, Guruji, were present, I had one experience. But now that I'm back home, oh boy, I'm thinking about Starbucks and I'm thinking about, my laundry and matching my socks that don't match, because that's so much more important than sitting here meditating. And I have gone from my commitment of intense sadhak to less than lukewarm because my laundry has priority. What the heck do I do, Gurudev? It's not working. And then the Guru says, hi, it doesn't matter. It's okay. Tomorrow. Or next Tuesday. Supriya, Alex, your hand is up. Go ahead.
Yeah, Didi, I was just brooding over this point of samadhi that you have been saying. And it's like the mind, basically, samadhi itself becomes an object of achievement as you're sitting for meditation. And like the examples that you were sharing, that it's like, oh wait, all these thoughts are happening, and no, I need to get into samadhi, because the instructions were nothing would happen, sayama would not work if samadhi, it's just so.
But you see, that's why I said it. It's as soon as I read that verse, I realized, like, wow, there's a way to be free. I don't care if samadhi happens or not. All that matters is I get to you, O Lord.
But where is that happening?
No, but see, in that state of surrender, because what is required before samadhi is what?
Ishvara Pranidhana.
Yeah, you have to Ishvara, you have to find a way to let go. If samadhi is the goal, you're going to get more obsessed on it. But samadhi is not the goal. Oh, the goal is what? You, oh Lord. Okay, if not this, then some other thing. It's fine. Then the mind immediately relaxes. Gurudev said that in 1,000 different ways, didn't he?
Yeah.
Relax, no, Ishvara. Anyway, samadhi, no samadhi, in seed form, all that stuff will remain. Okay, I'm here. The moment you say that, man, buddhi, ahankar, chit is already purifying. The sinless one is the words that were used here, but actually the buddhi that is pure. Innocence comes in. What is pure? It's not that good or bad, pure or impure from that perspective. Innocence, simplicity, ease, relaxation, allowing. These are the words for the sinless one that are better.
Yeah.
So the moment the mind eases up, relaxes, has this sense like doesn't matter, patience comes. Patience is a brilliant word for purification of mind. Who will be patient? Rajas is calm, tamas is gone, sattva comes in patience, correct? Sattva. So, samadhi, it would be wonderful if that was your wish. If it's not, it's okay, because ultimately my wish is you. And you are with me here right now. You do not have to attain samadhi to know that you are God. Are you getting what I'm saying to you? Advaita Vedanta does not require anything to be done. We have discussed this in many ways. I do not need to attain anything. I am already. Maybe it's an idea, it's just a concept, but the truth is, somehow, who I am have been who I am. I am that I am since I can recall. Body gets older. I went from 8 pounds to 130 pounds. I went from, 8 inches to 5 feet 6 inches. And I went from to speaking a lot. But I am that I am. Don't you see? If that happens, then mind already goes quiet. It drops a notch. Ishvara, I let this go. I let go, surrender. Don't have to be just those two words. Relax, ease up, allowing. Patience is another very, very good word. Teri marzi, you decide. I'm here. I don't want some experience. I don't mind if I have it or not. It's great if you could. But it's okay. Then you sit there, you go through it, your thing is up, you bow down and you say, okay, what next? And you move on. Otherwise, it's the failure, just like you have of a job or of a project or of a relationship or of anything. I can do it, I cannot do it. I achieve it, I don't achieve it. I'm good at it, I'm not good at it. We do not want this noise because you've just replaced the object of doing from something external to something internal. Isn't it? No? Okay. All right. Any question or comment? Okay. Jai Gurudev. Everything is misery, so thank you for saying that innocence makes sense. Yeah, innocence is a very, very good word. Purity of mind comes in innocence, simplicity. No, not interpreting, not figuring, not planning. Look, the only two things that we struggle with is control, doership, you can say. We want to really do it, get it right, I'll figure it out, and this is, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can go through the things gratefully, not mechanically, happily, go through my asanas, saranga, pranayama, bogar pranayama. Most people, did you notice they're doing bogar? They can't count. It's like, come on, people. 0, 1, 2. That's just 0. We never got to 1. It's so interesting because we're going to get it right. Oh, this. And Gurudev ki, doesn't matter. Okay, just see, relax, be easy. I have come here just to remind you that you are me, I am you. Okay, remember it. If we remember it, we wouldn't need to sit there doing 6 rounds a day. Oh my God. Jai Gurudev. Tata. That's 12.
Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev.